Okay, so let's take a look at this question that we've got in the middle of the screen here. We have 15 plus 15 divided by 3 and plus 4. Seems pretty basic, seems pretty easy. However, many people are going to get this problem incorrect. So if you could do this question without a calculator, you can also write the question down into the comment section. You can also use a calculator if you want it. So right now, pause the video and write your answer down into the comment section. Right here we have three options, only three options. We have option A, option B, and option C. So choose one option what you think is the correct answer and write your option down into the comment section, and we will check our answers in a few seconds. Okay, so first of all, a lot of students solve this question like that. They know that we should go from left to right order, and the first sign from left to right is this addition. So when we add it, we have 15 plus 15 equal to 30, and the next thing we have division by 3 and plus 4. Here we have something like that. What are we going to do next? Right now we can once more what is the first sign from left to right. The first sign from left to right is this division, so we have 30 divided by 3 equal to 10, and 10 plus 4 we have equal to 14. So a lot of students solve this question like that. They don't care about order of operation, and of course we have this option. This is option A, and a lot of students say that this is a correct answer. Well, this answer is absolutely wrong, and when you solve this question like that, this is a really bad thing in terms of math, because you should know about the order of operation, because whatever order of operation we select is going to create a different answer. And when we solve this question like that, obviously we don't care about mathematical operators. We don't care about what is this mathematical operation like addition, division, subtraction, multiplication. We don't care about it. But in terms of math, we should know what is the correct order to perform operations. And of course, I mean mathematical operations. I mean basic addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Sometimes we will have like parentheses. We will have like powers. We will have like numerator, denominator, yeah, numerator, denominator, yeah. We will have a lot of these things which is called mathematical operators, and in terms of math we need to know what is the correct order to perform this mathematical operation. And I leave these notes right here. I don't want to erase this. I'm going to show you what is this called mathematical operations. Yeah, here we have order of operation, and let's start, for example, with the right side. Right here we have the thing which is called PEMDAS. This is like a quick checklist. We're talking about checklist because this letter stands for something. For example, letter P stands for parentheses. We're talking about also about these squiggly brackets. It can be like this squiggly brackets or this type of brackets. It just depends what country you live in, because these brackets mainly used in UK, in India, and people who like BODMAS use these brackets. But to be honest, BODMAS and PEMDAS are absolutely the same order of operations, so it just depends on what country you're in. These PEMDAS is mainly used in the USA, like in Australia, New Zealand, mostly in Europe. This BODMAS is mainly used in India and the UK. So, but at least this is absolutely the same thing, so there's no differences between them. So the order of operation for brackets, orders, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction is absolutely the same for both cases. So let me just erase this real quick, because I'm going to use the PEMDAS order of operation. It doesn't matter. Okay, so as I told before, letter P stand for parentheses, and we are talking about this type of brackets, squiggly brackets, and this type of brackets, which is mainly used in UK and India. Okay, the next thing is exponents. So for example, we have like we're talking about powers. It's not that complicated. If we're talking about exponent, this is a power, so basic powers from school. For example, we have 3 to the power 5. Well, in terms of like this part, we should raise these 3 to the power 5 after this parenthesis part. And of course, I'm not talking only about 3 to the power 5. We can talk about, for example, 10 to the power 5, like 100 to the power 100. So these powers is extremely important in this exponent step. So after parentheses, we should perform exponent, okay? Because from in terms of like priority, we should go from left to right. Higher priority on the left side, lower priority on the right side. Okay, so the next thing in terms of like PEMDAS is multiplication and division part. And of course, M stands for multiplication, D stands for division. And a lot of students might be saying, okay, mister, maybe like this multiplication part is before division all the time. But this is not how it works, because for example, we have power which has we have expression which has like the mixture of multiplication and division. So something like that. We have, for example, 10 times 2 divided by 5. So something like that. We have a mixture of multiplication right here, and we have division right here. So if you're talking about this multiplication division part, this is one common group because multiplication and division in terms of like PEMDAS has the same priority. So right now we need to scan what is the first sign from left to right, and here is multiplication, and that's why we should perform multiplication first. But for example, imagine when we have like 10 divided by 5 times 2, something like that, where we have like division first, then multiplication. Well, you should perform the same algorithm. You should perform from left to right, and right here the first sign from left to right is this division. Okay, so we are talking about division first, multiplication second. Here we have multiplication first and division we have on the second part. Okay, so this multiplication division part works like that, from left to right. What is the first sign from left to right? And in this part we don't talk about parentheses, exponent. We are talking about this type of expression where we have multiplication and division. And of course sometimes it happens that for example we have a complicated expression which has a mixture of a lot of multiplication and division sign, like 2 divided by 2 times 5, for example, times 10 divided by 100 or something like that. We have a lot of signs. Yeah, we have division, multiplication, multiplication, division. So right here absolutely the same thing. We should perform these mathematical operations in order from left to right. Okay, so we are talking about left to right. First multiplication, first division, multiplication, division. So first of all, from left to right. Okay, this was about few words about this multiplication division part. And the last step is the easiest one. We have addition. A stands for addition, S stands for subtraction. This is also one common group, but to be honest, this is not like strict order. We can easily, for example, we have 5 plus 3 minus 2. We can easily subtract right here, then add. Or we have 5 plus 3 minus 2. We can easily add it first, then we can subtract. Okay, so few words about this order of operation. I really hope you understand it. Right now, like for better understanding, let's solve this quick example, like what do we need to do when we have a complicated expression. And I'm talking about this type of expression where we have like parentheses, powers, a mixture of signs like multiplication and division of signs. Because for example, when we have like 3 plus 2 minus 5, right here we don't need order of operation because this is like very basic, we don't need it. But when we have a complicated expression like that, well, right now let's solve this question according to this PEMDAS. First of all, where we have it, we can easily write this PEMDAS checklist. Every time when you have a complicated expression, write this PEMDAS checklist on the right side. And right now let's scan from the top to the bottom, a higher priority, lower priority. Right now let's start, for example, with this parentheses. Okay, let's scan where do we have these parentheses. Let's look at it. Here we have parentheses right here. So right now our first step is to evaluate the expression inside parentheses. As a result, what do we have? We have 5 plus 10 divided by 2 equal to 5. Yeah, and we raise this of course to the second power, don't forget about it. And we have times 2. All right, so as you can see, we absolutely complete this first step. Yeah, we complete this parentheses part. Right now, let's move forward to the next step. The next step is exponents. So here's the second part, and of course we have exponents right here. So our second step is to evaluate the expression which has like exponents. And right now, let's look closely. Exponents we have right here, and this exponent we can perform to this 5, and we actually now can get rid of these parentheses, because inside parentheses we have only 5. This is only one constant, so we can easily get rid of these parentheses. We have 5 plus 5 squared times 2. Right now, let's perform exponents part. So we have 5 plus 5 squared equal to 25, and we have times 2. And right now, we complete it. Right now, let's move forward to the next step. As I told before, multiplication, division, this is one common group. So right now, let's scan where do we have multiplication, division signs. First of all, multiplication sign we have right here. And basically, we don't have division sign, so we have only multiplication part. We don't have division part. So right now, we can easily cancel this division part. And right now, let's perform our multiplication. So saying in other words, multiplication is all the time before addition and subtraction. So we have 5 plus we have 25 times 2 equal to 15. And as you can see, we complete this third part. We have multiplication, we don't have division, so we can easily cancel it. And the last part, addition, subtraction. Let's scan where do we have addition, subtraction part. Let's look at it. We have addition part, yeah. So we have addition part. This is our fourth step. And we don't have subtraction part, so we can easily cancel this. And after adding 5 plus 50, we have our 50 55. So it was like a quick example just for better understanding this PEMDAS order of operation. Like first of all parentheses, after parentheses every time comes exponents, and next we have multiplication division group. Right here in our case we have only multiplication, so we cancel this division part, and the next time is addition and subtraction. So quick example just for better understanding this PEMDAS. So here's a basic explanation about this PEMDAS, and here's like a quick example. Right now, let's move back to our question, because in the beginning we had a very great question, and as you can see right now we know a lot about PEMDAS order of operations. So right now let's solve this question according to PEMDAS. What we did before, we add at first. So our first step was this like addition, and to be honest, everyone knows that division is before addition, so this is like 100% incorrect solution. This is a great solution when we have parentheses. So when you have parentheses right here, then you can start with these parentheses. So we have 30, the next we have division, and the next addition. Yeah, of course, with parentheses, this is a great solution with parentheses. But in our case, we don't have parentheses, so let me just erase all of this stuff. Just keep in mind that 14 we chose this option before, and right now let me just erase all of this stuff, and we're going to solve this question absolutely correct. Okay, so right now let's look closely. What do we have? Here's our question, and as I told before, we're going to write our PEMDAS checklist on the right side. So we have PEMDAS checklist, and right now let's scan what do we have in our question, because we have a lot of things here. First of all, let's start with parentheses. Let's scan where do we have parentheses in this question. Let's look at it. For me personally, I don't see parentheses, so we can easily cancel this part. We don't have parentheses. What about exponents? Like we have maybe right here we have squares, cubes, fourth power. We don't have it, so we can easily cancel this part as well. We don't have exponents. Maybe multiplication division group. Let's scan where do we have it. We don't have multiplication part, so let's scan it. Let's cancel it. The next step is division, but to be honest, we have division right here. So the first step is to divide this expression in the middle. So don't forget about it, and let's do this right now. So first of all, let's divide this expression in the middle. So we have 15 plus 15 divided by 3. Here we write it. So we have 15 divided by 3 equal to 5. Okay, and the next thing is addition as well. So as you can see, a very easy solution in terms of like PEMDAS, because we have only division and addition. So division is our first step. Yeah, right here we have division is our first step, and second step is addition, because basically we have two addition signs and we can easily add it. And of course we don't need this order of operation right now, because this is very basic addition. Here we have like 24, and here's our answer. But to be honest, when we look closely at these options, we don't have this 24. Right now we know that A is absolutely incorrect, so let me just erase this stuff. We know everything about A. When you choose A, well, this is very sad situation, so you should learn about order of operation. You should review your basic math. Obviously this is not option B, because we're talking about 24, so this is not option B. And our last hope, option C, is 4 factorial. Let's remember, because a lot of students are confused about this 4 factorial. They say, okay, we have 4 factorial, and right here we can't solve this as 4 factorial, so how is that possible? They say, okay, 24 is a correct answer, but we don't have 24, so sometimes they choose 14, so something like that. But to be honest, 4 factorial from school, this is a product, 1 times 2 times 3 times 4, and when we multiply all of this stuff here, we have 24. Okay, so we are talking about a correct answer, which is our 24. So our correct answer is option C, 24. We are talking about 4 factorial. So right now you can easily be happy about your progress, your skill, because option C is a correct answer, not option A. And a lot of students say that a correct answer was option A, but a correct answer is option C. So let me just erase all of this stuff, and I want to show you a real quick notes right here, because I want to rewrite this question real quick. I want to rewrite this. I'm going to split it by 2 parts, and I'm going to write this 15 plus 15 divided by 3 and plus 4. All right, so a lot of students use their calculator. They say, okay, let's plug in this question in a calculator. But to be honest, if we look closely right here, when we plug in this from left to right, you know, sometimes calculators work with problem as you type it in. So for example, you plug in this from the left side, and sometimes calculator gives you 30, okay? And calculator doesn't know what we have further, but to be honest, you have this expression, and this is a very huge mistake because sometimes think that they will plug in this in a calculator, but just because you have a calculator doesn't mean that you're always going to get the right result if you plug in a bunch of numbers into your calculator, okay? So try to plug in the whole entire problem, okay? So let me just erase this stuff and try to plug in the whole entire problem. So plug in this problem entirely from left side to right side, and then your calculator scan, okay, I have addition, I have division, and I have addition. So then your calculator is smart enough. Then the calculator performed a division first, and then addition secondly, in order from left to right. So this is like a few notes if you plug in this in a calculator, but your answer is absolutely wrong. So this is a very tricky moment, and just because you have a calculator doesn't mean that you're always going to get the right result if you plug in a bunch of numbers. So forget about this stuff and try to plug in the whole entire problem. So it was my quick explanation about this question, so I hope you understand it. I hope you learned something new. You can also write a question down into the comment section. You can also write your notes down into the comment section. What do you think about this question also? Yeah, and thank you for your time. Have a great day. See you in the next videos.